Are we on, son? Are we on, son? Alright, here we go. This is just me sitting naturally. I always sit like this. This has nothing to do with me wanting you to see the Seiko tuna. I have my twins here. They don't start school for another 2 weeks. It's weird. They start school on a Thursday. They're over there playing very nicely. This is just me sitting here naturally. And Monday we've got some big challenges. I just got a notice from the electric company. They will be shutting off our power from 9 a.m. until 7 p.m. I'll be with the girls until I drive to work at 2. So hopefully Julia and Natalie, my daughters, will be good for me. We'll have to figure out something. First world problems, man. Bailing out on your house when the electricity's off. So I want to pursue an interesting topic. Can you make compromises with your watch collection? Can you, in terms of the amount of watches you have in your collection, in terms of, I'm just sitting like this naturally, and in terms of the type of watches you buy, I really think that most of us have this ideal of only having like 2 watches on our rotation, because I think most of you who read my YouTube channel, or view it I should say, you're very smart. And because you're smart, because you're a thinking person, you don't like watch bloat. You don't like having a gratuitous collection of watches. You like to evolve. And I think as someone who wants to evolve, you want to be a watch ninja. You want to be a watch ninja. And you don't want to be like me, making YouTube videos with your kids screaming in the background. You just want to be some sublime, detached, lucid thinking watch ninja. Can you tell Natalie not to squawk while I'm trying to make a sublime, professional grade production level video, Julia? Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. So, as I was saying, you guys want to be watch ninjas, and one of the most compelling pieces of evidence to become a watch ninja is to have a very small rotation. Just 2 even. That'd be amazing to only have 2 watches. But you know, it'd be also amazing, me speaking to you as a 236-pound man, that's what I weigh today, it'd be also amazing for me to weigh 199 pounds. And that would require the same ninja attitude toward eating that you apply toward your watch collecting. So, in order for me, hello Natalie, we're talking about becoming a watch ninja. You want to be in the video? Yeah. Okay, that's just me sitting here naturally. You want to be in the video? Okay, this may deteriorate, friends. The production values may deteriorate, but I'm not going to ignore my girls. We're going to talk about becoming a watch ninja and compare it to the analogy of eating. And one of the things about eating is, I read a good quote. I read a good quote that don't. If you do that, Natalie, okay, you just ruined the video, Natalie. Sorry. Say you're sorry to the international watch community. Okay, you want me to stop making the video and play with you and read you a book? Yeah. Okay, go over there and I'm going to say goodbye to the watch community, and we're going to read a Dr. Seuss book. Julia, go over there. I'm going to say goodbye to the watch community. Watch community, as a father, I cannot fixate on the watch thing right now. My daughters need me, or they see me giving so much attention to this video that they're feeding off that energy. But I just wanted to say that I think they may give me a few minutes to close this out. This is just me sitting here naturally. That I could go down to 199 pounds by eating, I don't know, 1,900 calories a day, as opposed to what I eat, probably 3,200. And when you diet, you eventually, I read an analogy. Dieting is like holding your breath. Eventually you're going to come up for air. Eventually you need to breathe. So that's why 99.99% of all people who lose weight, they gain it back. I think watch collecting is similar. I could go down to 2 watches, but eventually my appetite for watches would go up and my collection would expand again. And this has been a mistake of mine, because TGV on the Urban Gentry discussed this, Johnny Casuals discussed this. Watch mistakes, and as you know, one of my watch mistakes is selling and then regretting the sale of the watch and rebuying it. I bought the Sumo 5 times. It's very likely that I'm going to buy the Citizen Grand Touring a 3rd time. Granted, my collection's a lot smaller now. I'm in single digits. But there is something to say about compromising. Now, just because we like to eat doesn't mean that I get to eat 10 pizzas a day washed down with gingerbread cake and Italian vanilla gelato and caramel sauce and chocolate porters and get up to 380 pounds in the same way that I'm not going to let my collection skyrocket to 37 watches, most of which I won't wear. So maybe we make a compromise. The other compromise I want to talk about, and this may not be able to be addressed here on this particular presentation, is the matter of tiers. Tier 4, I think, is implicitly or explicitly the credibility marker for the international watch community. There seems to be an unspoken, often an implicit message that if you don't get off your butt, sell your little tier 2 and tier 3s and get a tier 4, you're a wannabe, you're a Philistine, you're a in the closet Invicta fanboy, and you really haven't gone to that next level. Maybe so. That could be true. I need to go to a jewelry store and handle an Omega Planet Ocean, and you know, who knows, down the road get a used one for $3,500. Who knows? Maybe so. But sometimes wow factor can't justify you making a move. I mean, I also like the Tesla, and I'd like a Lamborghini, but my next car would probably be something like a Toyota Avalon. I made a compromise with this house. This house is so small, I don't have my own office. My girls can come into this porous workout room and get into the videos anytime they please, upon any whim or fancy they please. We make compromises all the time. Now, that's not to say that if I get a Citizen Grand Touring that it's a perfect substitute for an Omega Aquaterra 44mm, which I would love to have. But the fact that I love the Citizen Grand Touring on its own merits makes it an acceptable substitution. So we'll see. You know, I'm going to get that Citizen Grand Touring between now and Christmas. And we'll see if I'm still in the same stagnant cycle of buying and reselling and watch regret. If I'm running on the treadmill, maybe after the new year, 2016, I'll seriously consider doing a tier 4 thing. But you know, a tier 4 for me, that's going to require the wife and I to have a sit down and you know, I might come out of that sit down looking like chopped liver, right, Julia? Right, Julia? We don't want to look like chopped liver. And I got I got responsibilities with my daughters financially. I'm thinking I can rock a CGT, Citizen Grand Touring, and my Seiko Tuna, because you can tell I'm just sitting here natural. This is natural. And I think I can ride on that wave for a while. Honestly, after I get that Citizen Grand Touring, the only other watch I'd want to get over the next year would be a brand new Benares Moire Dart, the 44. And I would love to stop buying watches. Absolutely, it would be I would love to just enjoy the privilege of owning the watches that I have. Well, I'm going to read some Dr. Seuss to my twin daughters. I got to give them a bath. I gotta take care of some business, friends. Until next time, I'm out of here.